Hey guys, welcome to the Hope That Heals You with me, Maureen Asria, where I share just about anything I feel is relevant to helping people to create hope when you're having a hard time in your life. Hopefully these tools help you and guide you and just make everything, your journey, easier. Today I want to talk about protecting your energy. So often we feel drained. Often we feel like people are taking from us, and it's not necessarily they're taking things from us, they're just draining us. They're making us feel exhausted, whether it's someone at work, someone in your family, your partner, etc. So there have been two tools that I visualize and imagine to protect my energy in moments that come up like that. One of the tools is called the bubble. What I do sometimes before I enter an experience that I feel like is going to be either overwhelming or draining, or meeting up with people, and one of those people I'm meeting up with is like really just like takes a lot of energy from you, I create and visualize this bubble around me. And what you do is, before you do that out in a social setting or go out and create this bubble, is you want to sit with yourself and imagine yourself in a bubble. And what does this bubble provide? What does this bubble do? And it can be different for everyone. Like for me, this bubble protects me from negative energy. So if someone's going to be negative around me, if I have my bubble, I truly believe that it's going to not penetrate the bubble. The bubble is this thick, warm, protective, loving, light energy. And nothing negative can come through it, and nothing bad can happen to me when I'm in this bubble. Now, I'm not always within this bubble, right? It's only for moments where I feel like, oh, I have to go deal with this, and I don't necessarily want to deal with this because I feel drained after, exhausted after, and I feel sad after. But now, when I create this bubble around me, I find and I feel that through my experience, it actually really helps me. It gives me a level of comfort. And it does, in fact, because I feel comfortable in those moments and not threatened, it does protect me. So it does do what I request of it in my visualization. So that's the first thing, is the bubble. And I love the bubble. So the second tool to protect your energy is, we call it the octopus tentacles. So you have to imagine yourself, this sounds crazy, but we are like octopus. We have all these tentacles and they go out and they swim around and they dance around, and we have different people attached to each tentacle. So for example, I have my mom, I have my dad, I have my siblings, I have my husband, I have my pets, I have my friends, I have everybody attached. Now, sometimes when I'm feeling very overwhelmed, I look at my tentacles, visualize my tentacles and go, is there somebody in my environment that's draining me currently? Or is there something that's really affecting me, that's making me feel tired and sad and just out of, like, in a funk, basically? And what I do is I visualize the releasing of that person from my tentacle. So it's not actually like abandoning people or like cutting them out of your life, but it is removing like this source of energy. It's a spiritual energy connecting you and that person. For example, my ex-husband, after I left him, oftentimes I would sit and think like, oof, I feel so drained right now. This is so exhausting. And it's like a connection. I'm thinking about him subconsciously or consciously. It doesn't really matter. And it's really a draining thing to be thinking about. Think of like anything like negative in your life right now, whether you're thinking about it when you're at lunch or having a conversation or going to sleep at night, whether you're consciously thinking about it or subconsciously thinking about it, it doesn't matter. It's going to affect you. So I like to visualize this exercise where I'm cutting them off the tentacle. So there's no more connection. And now this tentacle is free to create positive, good energy. And just take a moment to do that. Take a moment, close your eyes, take a deep breath. Imagine yourself as this beautiful creature. And imagine the people connected to your tentacles. It's like life force. it's the same concept as cutting cords, emotional cords, spiritual cords, energy cords. So you're there, and then you're seeing everyone is kind of connected to your tentacles, and there's always someone or something that is connected to one of your tentacles that isn't serving you, that isn't supporting you, that is ultimately draining you. And I want you to imagine cutting them off, that tentacle, and see your tentacle be free and relaxed and empowered, because now it has all this energy source coming back to it because it's not feeding something. And feel that feeling of releasing that. Now, we're not actually releasing that in reality, whether it's a responsibility or a loved one, but we are freeing up this space for movement and transformation, and less of like a connection, a tight connection. The only people and the only things that should be deeply connected to your tentacles are things that influence your life, that mean a lot to you. So family, friends, closest friends, not random friends, and potentially your job, etc. And this visualization, it's really beautiful. It's very fluid, and you can almost instantaneously feel the results of it. Sometimes you'll do this exercise, and then you'll randomly feel, or something will come up where you'll see or feel a responsibility, a person, or anything outside of that, like attached to one of your tentacles, and you're like, what is that doing there? So like remove it from your tentacles, and then you will feel a source of energy, a surge of energy, actually. I invite you to do these 2 exercises. I think they're really awesome. Even when you're uncomfortable or just had a challenging experience, like if I go have a really heavy conversation with someone and it deeply affects me, which I've had many, I sometimes will go home and be like, oh, I'm so tired. And I will visualize that conversation, not even the person, because the person wasn't a bad person. It was draining. A lot of people can be very draining. And I imagine the conversation and I release it. I take it, I cut it off, and I push it away. And now it doesn't exist. And I get resurged with energy and feel much, much better. So be mindful. Kids, family, friends, situations. I believe you can do it. Both of these exercises have really helped me. I hope they help you. If you want more details and you want me to walk you through this, I'm more than happy. Please have a beautiful day. Like, subscribe, comment. I'm here. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day.